gentlemen, I have Dr. Jerry Nwakobi today on Treptalk as my special guest. I'm so excited to have him on the show. I'm so excited. How are you doing, sir? It's good to have you.
I'm doing fine.
You look awesome.
Thank you.
I've always seen this man online, on TV, and I was like, oh, when is he coming on my show? And finally, I have seen him today. It's so exciting to have him here on Treptalk today. Now, I'll go quickly into your profile if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Dr. Jerry Nwakobi qualified as a certified public accountant, distinguished member of the Institute of Chartered Financial Consultants, and certified life underwriters. Oh my God, this is beautiful. And these qualifications and diligence paved way for him to work as first company called Supreme Financial Company in Los Angeles, California, USA as a financial consultant. I'm really excited. Moving forward now, Jericho Holdings Limited is under the care of Dr. Jerry Nwakobi, which is the parent company of many companies which I'm going to be mentioning very soon. Other companies we established including the Titanic Global Limited. Yeah, that company. Jericho Realty Company, Jericho Communications Limited, Jericho Villa Hotel and Suites, Genesis Colony Limited, Prime Entertainment, and many other Jericho companies. Yeah, all don't even know about. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to tell you that this same man, Dr. Jerry Nwakobi, has won many awards, many prestigious awards that even me myself, I pray one day I win all that. And recently in 2019 this year, he was honored as a Doctor of Science. Oh my! This is beautiful. Doctor of Science in Property Management and Estate Development by the European American University. Am I not super blessed to have this kind of person on my show today? Sir, how has it been for you? Except from all I've read, can you please just tell me a little bit about what I've not said about you?
Anyway, what you have not said about me, you have said a lot. Okay. You know, it's actually summarized. But like you said, my name is Dr. Jerry Nwakobi. I am from Anambra. I'm from a town called Nteje, in Oyi local government. I grew up in my village. I went to school there. After my elementary school, I went to one of the best secondary schools in Nigeria, CKC, Christ the King College, Onitsha. I can actually attribute most of the things I do today by the training I was given in the secondary school. It was a Catholic school. Even though when I was there, I hated it. But only to look back in my life today to realize that most of what I do today has a lot to do with the training I got from the school. And from there I went to America, went to California State University. I did my accounting degree. I took my chartered accountancy, CPA they call it in America. Then I proceeded later to England and did my MSc in financial management. That is it. I'm married. I have 5 children.
I'm really excited to have you one more time on today's show. Now let's begin. I know you went to California to have more knowledge, but that's what's on accounting.
Yes.
Now let's talk about you being an entrepreneur. How did it begin for you?
You see, as a small boy coming out from my hometown, my father was a bricklayer. So I never saw him waiting for any paycheck. And I had uncles who were working in government. I used to say my biggest fear was somebody to retire me. I used to have uncles that would come back to the village, they're still very healthy, but they say they are retired. And it was a dreadful thought for me. I never wanted to be retired. So the only way to go about it is to become self-employed. I started doing small trading here and there. Eventually I traveled to America. When I finished my studies in America, I never wanted a paycheck. I wanted to be independent. I started working for an insurance company because when I came to the insurance company, they have a choice. Either you take salary or you take commission. And when you take commission, you're working for yourself. When you take salary, so I worked as a commission earner. And in 1 year, I was surprised how much I could make. So entrepreneurship is where you get paid what you think you're worth. When I came out of school in America, I started driving a taxi. From there, I opened a limousine company just to be self-employed. From there, I opened my own tax accounting firm. I never wanted to work for anybody. So being an entrepreneur is one of the best feeling any man can get. But you know, it's very difficult. If it is easy, everybody will be doing it.
Yes.
An entrepreneur person sees profit, not salary. He sees profit, not wages. What is profit? It's what you put in, determine what you get back. And you never feel cheated.
Lovely, well done, sir. Now, what's motivated you into starting Jericho? Because I read in the profile that you have so many Jerry calls affiliated companies, like franchise and all that. Amongst them is the Titanic Global Limited. Now, let's talk about what motivated you in starting these companies.
Yes, you know, a rich man is like an ocean that has a lot of tributaries coming into that ocean. That's why the ocean never dries. So when you're a businessman and you only settle with one, you can start with one. But from that one, when it becomes successful, we give birth to a lot of other businesses. So why I have to establish some of this, and you find out they complement each other. So my reason for venturing into it and opening different businesses is, look at Dangote. You don't know how many businesses he owns. Go and see a lot of successful people. Because they succeed in one, they want to venture into another thing, and they are consumed into these things. You see a lot of multi-billionaires in Nigeria. They don't run one business, but remember, they started one and they succeeded in that one before they start giving birth. So I will not advise anybody to go out there and open 7 businesses while you have not run one successfully. You're making a big mistake. So I started it and diversified. And I'm very happy about that.
Happy to hear also to talk to you about all that. Now, you are an outstanding business personality, permit me to use the word on you, with over 29 years of experience. I mean, you've said you've been an entrepreneur for 30 years, that's 3 decades, that's beautiful, sir. So now, what is your favorite aspect of being an outstanding businessman?
A lot is expected of you. When you are given that kind of award, you tend to perfect your ways. You don't do things the way you know you are a role model to a lot of people. And it's like when you're a president, there's a lot expected of you. When you get that kind of award, first is fulfilling, that someone recognizes the effort and all the things I put in my business life and they awarded me. But then next thing is, how do you transfer this knowledge to the younger ones? When somebody comes to you, you just don't wake up overnight and become an outstanding businessman of the year. Something must have happened, and it is time for you to transfer that knowledge to some young people coming up, because you did something that gave you that award. So when I wake up every morning, my biggest aspiration is, who can I motivate? Who can I inspire? Most of these things come out of experience too. And the more you inspire people and motivate them to go into that which God has called them, the better you feel. When you're a self-employed person, you are creative, you bring different ideas and sample it so you can help others. So when you go into these things, self-employment, entrepreneurship is the best way to go. The biggest country and the biggest economy, you will have about 70% private sectors. Only 30% are working for one government and another. No economy will survive without private sector.
We'll come back. When we come back, we need to ask him how he has actually coped being a developer, a business developer, mind developer, because he has actually built my mind before the whole interview began. You want to know more? We'll be back. Welcome back. This is still Treptalk, and I am still with Dr. Jerry Nwakobi. I got it right this time. Hi, sister. I hope you're enjoying the show.
No, I'm enjoying.
Okay, now I need to ask you. Now, you've been an entrepreneur, like I said, for over a decade, over 2 decades, 20 years now, and all that. Now, what has been your greatest challenge?
You know, the greatest challenge most people will tell you is money. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's not. The greatest challenge is being able to sell your idea to the outside world and they accept it. To me, money comes next. Because once the people accept what you are selling, they're bound to patronize you and money will start coming. That's one of the biggest challenge. But money, as a matter of fact, has been a big challenge. Even up to today, I still face financial challenges in the business I do. But we don't sit down and wait for money. We find ways to get the money. Every business has the barest minimum you can use to enter it. I didn't start as a developer. I have passion in property, but I didn't have the money. What did I do? I went to become an agent. I became a real estate agent, which is sometimes one of the worst things you can do. Nobody trusts you. But when I went into it, I was not disturbed because that's not where I wanted to end. I wasn't expecting myself to be an agent. So what I did was did agency first. Learn the secret and in and out about this business. Dangote once said that what killed Nigerians is that we start manufacturing something we have never sold before. So many people take money as an obstacle. You can work for somebody. Doesn't mean you're going to end up working for them. It's a path you're taking to achieve your goal of being an entrepreneur. So my biggest challenge was money, but it was not an obstacle. I started actually this real estate development, I started it with nothing. Nothing. What I say nothing is that I started this business with only 1.5 million naira. That was about 10 years ago. But it is multiplication. Multiplication until you get to what it is today. I deny myself a lot of things. So many young people don't want to sacrifice. To be an entrepreneur is one of the hardest things, but one of the best things you can do for yourself. But it takes a process. Success in life is not a day job. To become successful in whatever you do is the easiest thing, but to maintain that success is the hardest thing. Most of them don't climb the ladder. They look for the lift, elevator. And one other thing, some of them don't want to work hard. Everybody wants to be CEO. It's very nice. But remember, CEOs don't have time schedule. They work 24 hours. Are you ready to commit? Some of them don't do that. So everybody climb and talk and cry about money. You need it. But there's ways you can get around it until you are fully qualified to manage it. I always tell young people, it doesn't cost money to start business, but it costs money to run a business. When you start it, you're learning the ins and outs. When you get to a certain level, you now need money to expand it. So if you want to be a developer, want to be a businessman, don't think it's going to be easy. No amount of preparation can get you ready to be a successful businessman. It's a journey. Once you follow the right path and you know where you're going.
Nice. Okay, so when you were talking about the excuse for you being like a business developer and all that. Now, what's your own approach to young entrepreneurs? Because I noticed you talked a lot about them. What's your approach to training them and developing young entrepreneurs to become someone?
First of all, they must have a coachable spirit. To be a good footballer, you listen to your coach. Most of the time, footballers earn more money and play better than their coach, but they listen to the coach. Business is like that. Second point, you will not have a stubborn spirit. Rebellious and stubborn spirit, they're like witchcraft. What is it? You have set in your ways, so you don't need a mentor. Nobody can advise you. No matter what they say, you know better. Information age has come, but experience will always remain there. Computer can come and bring us a different thing, but there's still a physical life experience which you must learn from someone who has been through it. Most of them don't read book about what they want to start. The reason why those people put those things in the book, their failures and success, is for you to learn. What a man suffered for 30 years, you can learn, you can correct it by reading their book for just 1 week. Most of them don't read. Most of them enter into business, they don't have passion, which is number one for anybody to succeed in anything you do. My own, I'm very passionate about real estate. I'm passionate about development as a whole. If I meet somebody I want to add value, that's me. Some other people may have. So as a young person, find out what you like to do. Once you like doing it, money will come. If you're a doctor and you want to be a brain surgeon, you will suffer a lot before you get there. But when you get there, you will live happily. So don't let money be your number one priority in anything you want to venture into. First of all, be sure you like it. If you like it and do it without grudging, 10 hours is like 1 hour. But if you get stuck in something you don't want to do just because of the money, 10 hours is like 10 years. So be open-minded. The best among all is to have a mentor. People don't understand. Most young people think a mentor is somebody you come to his house, he gives you money to go and start business. That's not a mentor. A mentor is somebody that will give you correction, tell you what you are doing wrong that you can do right. A mentor is not supposed to give you, he's supposed to teach you. But most of them run into mentorship thinking you will take that money and give it to go and start a business. You will fail anyway. Mentors, most time you don't have to know them. They don't have to know you, but you know them. You can pick up their textbook, the book they wrote about whatever you want to enter. Like me, in 1985, I came across Donald Trump, real estate. I never met Trump, but I read his book. I set up my mind. I want to do this. It took me almost 15 years before I was able to do it. Before I left this country, I read so much about Moshood Abiola. I went to school to study accountancy because Moshood Abiola was an accountant. I wanted a life like that, and he came out from a poorer family than mine, if I can say it that way. But if somebody like him can come out from this and build up what he was then, who am I? Most young people don't have any mentor. They don't have anybody they can read about. They don't have any life that they want to emulate, and they don't want to suffer what that person has gone through. You don't have to suffer it, but buy the book and read about him. They don't read. In today's date, everything is chat. That's okay. But to always try to read. He has made it very possible. Now you can Google who you want to be your mentor. He'll give you all the book. You don't have to go to the shop. Most of them will not read it. Yet they want to. So get a mentor. They don't have to know you, but you know them. What is your mentor? Somebody you want to be like or even be better.
So I think what you actually said expatiates further on advising them to stand up to own whatever they can do. But I really want to know, my question is, I really want to know your own approach to training and development, to helping entrepreneurs. What have you done, or what are the things you've put in place?
No, you see, in Nigeria today, I've done a lot. I've set people in business. I've mentored people financially and otherwise. But one thing, I continue to do it up to today. I'm starting a program. It's a microfinance. How you can let people start with as little as nothing and make something out of their life. I'm planning on starting this real estate thing. There's an academic aspect of it, there's a practical aspect of it. A lot of people don't know. I'm trying to set up a real estate school where they will be taught the basic necessity. What it takes to be an agent, what it takes to be a developer, and the processes you have to go through. You see, I have a scholarship scheme in my place. Education is the best thing that can happen to any man. Even if you want to be, a zookeeper, no, you need education. Even if you want to be an arbor, when you're educated, your own will be different. One of the things in my pipeline, by the grace of God, one day I'll have to open a university. Because at the end of it all, it's a legacy you leave behind. So I'm building something like that. That you will not be denied a place because you don't have money. You will only get a place because you're too smart to be wasted. And you get the place.
I love that. I think the most impactful words you've actually said to me that really caught my attention was the realtor school. I think that will be the first in Nigeria.
Yes.
And I can't wait to experience that. That's so beautiful. Now I need to ask you before we go on, before we take a quick break, what is your own definition of success? Because you mentioned in your previous answers, you said success isn't a day work. Now what is your own definition of success?
My definition of success actually is contentment. What one thinks is successful, is success, is different from another person. From my side, being contented with whatever you have achieved in life and being encouraged to continue is success.
Beautiful. I'm really inspired. This is really overwhelming. Okay, for those of you who actually agree with Dr. Jerry that success means contentment, the question I'm passing to you right now is, are you contented? We'll be back after the short break. When we come back, we'll have to ask him more to touch the down. Welcome back. This is still Treptalk, and I'm still with Dr. Jerry Nwakobi. Don't forget, the founder, the pioneer, the brain behind Jericho's Holdings Limited. So you talked about success being contentment. Now, at what point would you say, ever since you started like 30 years ago now, 3 decades ago, at what point would you say, this is when I actually hit it, that you were contented? What was that big?
I would say the moment I got to the point where I look forward to waking up every morning, to going to do that which I love doing, I believe that was the point.
Beautiful.
It's not money. If it's money, I don't think I will ever be contented. But it is the passion and the joy that comes with doing what I like to do.
Okay, so your contentment doesn't have to do with money.
No.
I love that.
But once you're contented, whatever comes as money, you're okay with it. I do not aspire to be better than anybody. My aspiration is to be better than myself every day. And that is contentment for me.
I like the fact that behind the scene, we talked about you talking to me when I was like telling you about people quitting and all that. And you told me that, have I been appreciative of what I have? I think that has to do a little bit about contentment, which I really, really, really respect you for more again, sir. And this is so well done. Now, what setbacks did you encounter? And how did you move on from the setbacks? We all have setbacks.
Yeah, in Nigeria, overseas. I've had family setbacks. Like I said, I was married before. I have 2 children. And I had a divorce. To me, that was a big setback. Growing up as a Catholic boy, I was taught to be that divorce was wrong. And growing up, I never thought I would be a divorcee. So I think that was the greatest setback of my life. Having to build and destroy and start building again.
Very terrible.
Very terrible.
How did you learn from that?
I learned that no matter what happened, what God said must come to pass. Every obstacle a man goes through is a package to get you to a destination. So I look at my divorce, even though it was very painful to me, as a path that I must go through. If it wasn't the grace of God, sometimes divorce can take everything you have. Morally, spiritually, financially, emotionally. That's why they said God hates divorce. So I think that was one of the biggest setbacks.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Finally, on today's show, I need to ask you, talking about family. Now, you're a very, very prominent businessman, outstanding, like I called you earlier. How are you able to cope with family and business? How do you match them? Now, this is like a very, very good tool.
You see, what happened is that we talk about entrepreneurship, we talk about being a self-employed. It comes with a price. My daughter once told me that she will never marry a businessman. I said, why? She don't have time. In this journey of success, some people have to pay. Who are the people? Mostly your family. But if you get them to understand and know the kind of person you are, they will learn to live with it. So as a young man, if you're going to do business, know that it takes a lot of time. It will take a lot of time. And you will never be. It's just part of your life.
Really excited to have had this conversation
Thank
with you,
you.
Doctor. This is very beautiful to have received a wonderful experience from Dr. Jerry Nwakobi. I mean, the part that really got to me was when you wake up early in the morning and notice that you have to stop doing more. That is contentment, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope you are contented with what you're doing today, right now. If not, you better stick to Dr. Jerry as your mentor today. Thank you so much for coming to the show. I'm really excited to have you here on today's show on Treptalk. We hope when we can call you again.
No problem.
Thank you so much. That's a wrap today on Treptalk. It was really exciting to have had him on today's show. I really had a swell time. I enjoyed every moment of my time today on the show. Now, to young entrepreneurs out there who are willing to, get more inspired by Dr. himself, to learn more about this video, don't forget to subscribe to our Instagram handle at TrepAfrica, subscribe on our YouTube handle at TrepAfrica, follow us on Instagram at TrepAfrica, Facebook and Twitter, and of course at TrepAfrica. I remain Modella, your young and imaginative host. Until I see you next time, please stay positive and be contented. Bye. TrepAfrica. Imagine more.